scorecard. The historical background of a balanced scorecard is that it is a performance metric. It is a performance metric. In other words, it is a performance measurement used to identify, improve, and control a business various functions. It is a performance metric used to identify, improve, and control a business's various functions. So when we talk about a balanced scorecard, this is a way of measuring, a way of looking into it, or identifying some gaps in between. So the moment you are able to identify some gaps in between, then you can improve or you can control. So that's what a balanced scorecard is all about. So this concept was first introduced in 1992 by David Norton and Robert Kaplan. This concept of balanced scorecard was first introduced in 1992 by David Norton and Robert Kaplan. And these two took some metric performance measures and adapted them to include non-financial information. In other words, they took various performance metrics, and adapt them to include non-financial information. Even non-financial information, these people were able to measure non-financial information. And the balanced scorecard was originally developed for profit companies. It was originally developed for profit companies. Companies that were making profits. But later on, it was adapted for use by non-profits and government agencies. Later on, it was adapted for the use by non-profits and government agencies. So much as, first of all, it was implemented or developed for profit-making companies, now it has been adapted by non-profit and government agencies. In Malawi, which ones are non-profit making organizations? Come again? Most NGOs. Most NGOs, what do you mean by that? Be specific. If you write down during exams and say most NGOs or NGOs, okay, NGOs are non-governmental organizations. Okay? So, like for example, which one is non-government organization? Ilovo Sugar Company. It is a non-governmental organization. Is it a profit-making organization or is it a non-profit-making organization? Though it is in the group of non-government organization, NGO, but it is a profit-making organization. So we are saying here that this balanced scorecard was first made for such companies that are making profits, like Ilovo Sugar Company. But nowadays, even those non-profit making organizations have adopted this kind of system, including the government agencies. So my question is, Which ones are non-profit making organizations? What are they? What are they charity organizations? Mention them. UNICEF. Okay. Okay. Yes, you're right. What else? So remember, UNICEF is part of government agencies. Yes, that one is part of government agencies, which is, you're correct. What about other NGOs? I want a company which is not attached to government. Which one is this one? Oh. Gift of the Givers. Yes, I've heard about that. World Vision. Yes, exactly. Yes. Red Cross Society of Malawi. You know. So these are non-profit making organizations. Yeah. So it allows company, that's balance scorecards, allow companies to pull information in a single report. BSC, balance scorecard, allow companies to pull information in a single report. Allow companies to pull information in a single report, to provide information into service, and quality, and it helps to improve efficiencies. Good. So the balanced scorecard involves measuring 4 main aspects of a business. The balanced scorecard involves measuring 4 main aspects of business. Here we are looking at whether it is a profit-making organization or it is a non-profit-making organization. But remember, we're talking about humanitarian logistics. So our focus is mainly on the humanitarian organizations. And always humanitarian organizations are non-profit making organizations. So the balance scorecard involves measuring 4 main aspects of a business. And number 1 is financial perspective. Financial perspective. Under this one, organizations monitor the costs. They monitor the costs. They adhere to the budget. They adhere to the budget. And operate with the finances efficiently. And operate with the finances efficiently. And operate the finances with efficiency. So we're talking about a company which is a non-profit company or a humanitarian organization. They measure, number 1, issues of finance. Whether they are growing or they are not growing, it is done by measuring their finances. If they had a budget of 3 trillion for a particular year, and they have only sourced 2 trillion in a particular year, that means chaka chimene zinthu siziyenda ndipo zinthu sizili bwino. But if they budgeted for 3 trillion, they have sourced 5 trillion, that means they have grown. in terms of finances. So that's how you measure your organization. I was asking another student to say, how much did you start your business with? She said, I started with 400,000. And today, how much do you have? She says, I have millions in my account. He's a student here. I have millions in my account. Then I said, for how long have you been in this business? He says, I've been in this business, I think, should be a year, just within a year. Yes. Yeah, in Cindy Chula. Cindy Chula. Yeah, so I admired her to say, wow, this is good. You are really growing financially. Okay? You are really growing financially. Yeah. No, she's adhered to her budget. You know, if you start a business and you want to also business, sing a bit about that. You know, sugar, barrel sugar. If you take one pack of sugar, that means the profit is gone. You have eaten the whole profit for one barrel of sugar. Yeah, so financial perspective, this is also an area where measurement is done. Another area where measurement is done is customer perspective. Customer perspective. Ensuring that the needs of affected populations are met promptly and effectively. Ensuring that the needs of affected populations are met promptly and effectively. So in other words, customers must be the ones that can tell us to say, yes, you're doing well or you're not doing well. And you wonder sometimes, mandasi ao sakugudwa, mandasi awa akugudwa. Okay? And every time people are coming to you, atagula mandasi, they are always coming to you. And that is a sign that you're doing well in business. A sign that you're doing well in business. So customer satisfaction must be a way of measuring your business. How happy are your customers? If you go into the shops, you find a loaf of sugar there, and you find Salima sugar there. Which sugar are you going to pick up? Eh? Why a loaf and not Salima sugar? The what? The value. No, if you talk about the value, Salima sugar is cheaper. Yes, Salima sugar is cheaper as compared to a loaf of sugar. But why are you picking a loaf of sugar? Yeah, the brand, yeah, it doesn't anymore win. Okay. Yeah, good, thank you. So you can see that if you go for a loaf of sugar and not for Salima sugar, it means that you as a customer, you are satisfied with what Ilovo is offering to you. And that satisfaction is a measurement to say, yes, Ilovo is doing well on the market. That's what it is. That's what it is. Salima sugar I azungulia the whole shop. What sugar why is so busy? Sugar really acquired. No, and ufuna love for sugar. Customer satisfaction. That's how you measure. That's how you measure. Okay? Neat. So you know sort of mugena kuzipanga measure no ka as my you measure how am I. You know, the one day when I was in Blantyre, you know, there's a certain lady who says, anachoka pabanja ndi anapita kwao for 2 years. Anangonyanyali sana pazifuka zina. Then anabwerera ubanja. And then she was chatting with my wife. He said, Amwari, you are back. Inu kuchita kudabwisa, inu kuenda panse olomoni ukupatsako moni. Olokusamba kuti ndikupita panse azibambo ukupatsako moni. Ndaongereza kuti ndibwerere. So it is very important that you serious. So she thought maybe I'm gonna get one samangwala naje samangwala nanga inolo kupasika komoni. Then he said no, I think satisfaction was not there, you know, as bamba kama muyangana. Packaging. Internal process perspective, that's another measurement. Internal process perspective. Evaluating the efficiency and effectiveness of logistic process, such as the procurement, transportation, and warehousing. This is also another area where you can measure how effective your organization is and how efficient your organization is. You have heard just recently about the procurement of MEC, Malawi Revenue Commission. They have procured machine information system in Age, and this machine, the parties are saying no, because this kind of company, it has failed in this country, it has failed in that country, it has failed in that country. Therefore, we don't need it in Malawi. Who procured it? So now they were pointing fingers at the procurement team. So we're saying that the internal process is also a way of measuring how effective and how efficient you're gonna be, or yes, you're gonna be. In this case, MEC is already on question mark. Is already on bad record. Why? Because of the way how they have procured this machine. And not only that, in the way how even internally, how people came into MEC internally. These people came into MEC probably through other doors. And the opposition party is not happy. Opposition parties are not happy with that. So the internal process must also be measured to make sure that you are doing the right things at the right time. And one of the examples is this procurement issue. You must procure something that is well recommendable by all. And not only that, transportation. The transportation system must be well updated. Also, the ndege ya Gwagu, and then all the way from Lilongwe, you are unable to. Transportation system. How can you take in ndege kupita kuchika ngoje na kuzuzu ili onongeke? Without checking it well. Muga uza longwanu. Yeah, so these internal processes must be measured. And that's why, sorry that you don't like it, but that's why many people are coming out to say, establish a committee of inquiry. You see, what happened here? Something fishy, went on. We want to establish what happened here. Who authorized Ndege Uruka? And who did what? See, this is the internal process that must be measured to make sure that you are efficient and effective enough. Another one is learning and growth perspective. Learning and growth perspective. Focusing on training, development, and continuous improvement within the logistics team. Learning and growth perspective, we must focus on the training, focus on the development, and continuous improvement within the logistics team. This is very important for each one of us as we are part and parcel of the logistic team, to make sure that training is taking place in that organization, development is taking place in that organization, and then you bring in continuous improvement. So learning and growth perspective is one way of measuring. An organization which does not encourage members to go for training, then that is not a learning organization. And therefore, we must also look into that. Good. I think we must stop there. I'm on my way to Nzuzu, just soon after here. Thank you. So when we meet, we will talk about benefits of a balanced scorecard. Please mark that one. Benefits of a balanced scorecard. Come again? Oh, yes, I will do. Yes, very important, I will do. I think network is which an internet will food above. Otherwise. This is the class, and it's 8 o'clock too. Kumatika kaduje nina akuti mina ndatanganidwa kuuza nimule bwanji tekale ndi make up in between. This na figure Friday. Can you switch this off? You don't know?